everybody to my channel and everybody who's coming back. I'd just like to start today with some drivers for you guys. When standing on the start of a hole, you'll find that people get up onto the tee and really just want to hit the distance. They don't think about the accuracy so much, and a lot of the time everybody is trying to chase that long shot. And what we need to understand is that driver is just an extra club on the end of a 3-wood. 3-wood is an extra club on the end of a 5-wood, and so on until down to pitching wedge. And really we're making the same hit at the ball. Driver is going to make that distance. As much as we want the speed to make sure the ball goes further, so speed and mass equals distance, we really need to make sure we have the true strike on the shot. I just encourage everybody to think about what side of the tee that they tee up on. So if you're going to tee up on the right, then you hit it down the left. If you're going to tee up on the left, then you hit it down the right. This just gives you a bit of a different look at a hole when you tee up on one of the sides of the tees, because it just aims you down the left or to the right. So when teeing off the tee with driver, I find a lot of people end up losing their balance after they've hit the shot. But we need to think about what's the reason for this shot. And the reason for this shot is, one, to get in play so that when we get to the end of the hole, we haven't given ourselves a big score. We don't want to see those doubles, triples, quadruples on our card. We want to see some better shots and some better opportunities to give yourself a chance at a birdie, or even a better shot or approach into the green. You've got to make sure that we hit to the optimum of what our body can achieve. So for example, we want to try and swing our arm speed along with what our body does. So our body can kind of get out of sorts by upping the speed and the power, but really the power comes from what you can achieve speed at the end of the club. That also refers to centrifugal force. So something that's on the outside compared to a middle ground that's going faster than the middle, and that's also attached to a middle. For example, you can have a merry-go-round where the inside rotates slightly slower than the outside of a merry-go-round. So with driver, first of all, we want to make sure that we set up like we do kind of in the bunker. We've got our hips up forward like this, over here on the wall, and then our arms kind of sit in like this. They actually sit under our body as we keep our bend. Our posture in our back is like this. Put a club down your back, check out your posture. We don't want to see any of this. The old man, knees coming in, the back really bent over like this, arms really long. We want to do the opposite. We want to get the knees out, bum out, chest towards the ball, and head over it like this. And that type of posture, then we can set the arms properly. See, my arms are actually got a bit of a forearm and then upper arm bend. And we don't have to keep these straight. We don't have to go like this and keep them straight all the way. These can actually fold. They're going to fold to suit our left shoulder. If I keep this left arm straight, look where my shoulder tilts. If I bend it, my left shoulder stays high, like that. If this shoulder tilts, then we're going to have to tilt it on the through, and this comes in. This is a big problem. When this happens, then we're going to be stuck behind us, flipping. Look how close his face is here, over like that. So from the front here, if our bottom spins and our knees out in front, then most likely you'll have the club out. So from the back view here, your body's spinning left, the club's going to be out like this, and that's where the direction of your hips is going to come down, and you're most likely going to start it left and hit a fade back that way. Vice versa with this. If this comes in, this is going to flip, it's going to start way right, and hook left. In the takeaway here, you've got to make sure that the head goes first. It's the outside point. So the first thing that goes is the right wrist angle here. So as I keep my bend over from here, I'm just going to be setting the club over to here with this angle of the wrist. So if I come a bit closer here, you'll see that this right wrist angle goes like this. And that gives us that angle of the shaft. That way when you come into the ball, we've got our hands in front of the ball. Boom. So on the way back, I can then rotate my shoulders. On the way down, I'm going to keep my openness, and the club's going to drop. And then come around to meet the ball. But we're not going to bring in any of this. With my back leg, no turning of the hips. Otherwise it sends the club behind. And then we have to flip. We can have the ball up forward opposed to an iron shot which is a little bit further back in the stance. And what you'll find is that we'll hit the ball on the up. As long as our hips are forward, we can hit the ball on the up. A lot of the time you'll see people spin out, have our hips back, knees in front of the hips, and you're like this. And now you're just really working the arms. And guess what happens? You lose the right wrist angle that we were talking about. And what happens here? The right knee comes in, and now you've got an angle back, like this. And people go, whoa, you lifted your head. But really, your head's on your spine, and the reason why you lifted your head was because the knee came in. Knee comes in, body straightens, head comes up. Now it's just the arms. What we want to see coming into impact, we want to see your openness, your hips up forward, like that, and you staying over and keeping your posture. That after the vlog today that you've learned a lot more about driver and what you have to do to be more consistent hitting the shot off the tee, and I hope next time when you get out onto the practice range you can practice these things. If you'd like to see more, make sure you comment, like and subscribe. Boom.